First off, thanks to my fans for all your love and support and kind words over the first part of my true story with the Berman Brothers. I think that some of you now start to understand why I have absolutely distanced myself from these two and even have refused to perform to any of their, quote, productions, and why I ran fast when I was finally able to. This is part 2 of my story with them, so in the very case you have not seen the first part of the story, please go back and check. So beside for them having stolen main parts of my rightful publishing shares on the first album on all titles, including massive theft on the hit title This Is Your Night, they also waived countless licenses through over all these years without my consent as a writer. They also purposely failed to copy me on my rightful royalty statements over all these years. See, it does not matter if a project has recouped or not. Royalty statements are mandatory, but don't be mistaken. There is an entire complicit system behind this. Insane touring schedules that keep you more than busy, free shows known as promo for many radio stations, TV, and countless interviews. All the while you have to make sure you do not look tired, eh? Yeah, right. All the pressure of success for the label and the Berman Brothers now lies on me and how I represent. They pretty much left me to my devices once they had cut the deal and only appeared back into the picture when there was more potential profit for them in sight. As already widely known, the music industry is a very abusive industry, especially being a woman. I just never understood why, as they do need talent and creative people to even start to exist to then profit, but at the same time, they put them down. Talent and creativity already exists without them and always must be there first for a track to come alive and be interpreted and ultimately for them to even be able to possibly profit. It is the very root of this industry. Moving on, in between the first 2 albums in 1998, there was the Stars on 54 project with Alternate and Jocelyn Enriquez, steered by the past Vice President Monica Lynch from Tommy Boy, with the idea of covering the title If You Could Read My Mind, after Miramax Motion Pictures asked Tommy Boy to produce the soundtrack to the movie 54. This project was, however, an individual contract, which was never properly clarified with me. This also means that this project also entails individual royalty statements, which were never copied to me either. And again, no matter if it recouped or not, I am entitled to them as the performing artist. However, non-recoupable advances were again paid to the Berman Brothers, of which I also, surprise, received $0. To explain that word non-recoupable to you guys, it means straight up money into their bank, regardless if this project ever profits or not. The Berman Brothers never lost. What needs to be known is that the Berman Brothers are neither real creative individuals nor great producers. Back then, their English was even a mess. Frank is the brother who takes care of the, quote, business side of things, and Christian has nothing more but basic skills in the studio. Their shtick is to hire one-off people, meaning that they pay off talent to produce the main parts for them, and obviously find preferably young and new talent who have no clue about the business side of things. If you look closely on the credits on my singles and albums, you will always see more names, but they will claim these productions officially and overall as the main production team and add their brand Berman Brothers to it, which ultimately, when successful, furthers their asses into new project requests and opens them more doors because of the way they present themselves, whereas they claim to be the absolute main creative people on all these projects. And because they have gotten away with that over decades now and made labels, publishing companies, and others believe that they are the real talent, they even landed on the top 20 Billboard list of producers, which is an absolute fucking joke and an insult to real producers out there. They are nothing but frauds. In fact, they should be on the top 20 list of frauds in this industry. And let me be clear here. I will be the last one to not clearly state that it takes a team effort to make things happen, as we all have different talents to bring to the table, but it also has to do with fairness here. All of our lives are connected together, and knowing one person can lead to another door opening, but do the right thing and do right by the actual performing artist whose creativity and interpretation touched people's hearts and resulted into a success, which was also able to further you into new projects as you used me as a reference. And everybody I met so far who has been in touch with them on that level as an artist or creative person throughout the years have nothing good to say about them. And trust me when I say that I am not the only one they fucked over. A leopard just does not change its spots. The difference though here is that I will not take it lying down, but will speak up. I will be that mirror that stares back at them as I can wholeheartedly say that my intentions were pure. These two were just the beginning of my lesson as an artist and a human to unfortunately learn that I cannot project my own morals and standards onto others. Remember, you are only as sick as your secrets, so I'm telling everything. Up next, the making of my second album, and even though I wanted to quit them, they forced me to stay in that contract. Just wait for it.